Alright. Let's not fuck about. Let's not fuck about. Let's not fuck about. I saw the midnight screening last night in Cardiff for Deadpool and Wolverine. If there is a soul out there who claims to be a Marvel fan and did not just enjoy the living shit out of that film, I don't know who the fuck you are. This isn't a proper review. This is me just fucking ranting about this film. Incredible. Beat all my expectations. Every single cameo was involved in the story and not just a one and gone minus, spoiler alert by the way, spoilers, Henry Cavill as Wolverine. He wasn't really relevant, but a fucking sick cameo nonetheless. This, by the way, about 600ml of Iron Brew. Fucking elite. I'm never drinking out of anything else ever again. First thing I want to get out of the way, right? Despite the Scottish guitar case, right? I'm like half Scottish. I am born and raised in Wales, right? Croesi o I Gymru, right? Dwi'n byw in Gymru, rydw i'n hoffi coffee, all that bollocks. Ryan Reynolds gave us Welshpool. He owns Wrexham FC, that's in the north of Wales, I'm in the south. We got Welsh Deadpool, right? That was enough for me to go, fucking thank you, I love this film, but I digress. This film was a love letter to past 20th Century Fox Marvel films, and also just past MCU films as well. This was cinema, and not because it's like this mad thing that's like the perfect story. It's nothing, it's a little bit messy here and there, but this is three people, more than three people, but at its core, three people. Sean Levy, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, who know the characters, love the characters, know how to nail the characters, but also they're artists putting out a message, reflecting on the last like 20, 25 years of everything they've done, and it is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm not the biggest X-Men fan. I love the Wolverine films, I love the Deadpool films. The X-Men films kind of get lost in my back catalogue. That being said, one of the first, if not maybe even the first superhero film I grew up with was the 2005 Fantastic Four, and seeing Chris Evans reprise his role as Johnny Storm, was it short-lived? Yes. Was it just comedic bits and bobs? Yes. The second I saw that man, you heard his voice, you didn't see his face, but you saw his arm point to something and you saw a blue suit, I knew. And then the fact they played it off that he could be Captain America, and then he says flame on and becomes the Human Torch. The fact that that film got recognition is ridiculous to me, because Rise of the Silver Surfer, fair enough, it could have been better. I fucking adore that 2005 Fantastic Four film, and people just don't, and it's so good. And that's what I needed. And yeah, they're all dead now, canonically. Like, everybody from that film is now timeline gone, all dead. But ridiculous. Wesley Snipes coming back as Blade. We got Gambit, we got Elektra, we got X-23. Every joke hit. I don't think there was a single joke that fell flat. Fuck it, like, Marvel films are funny, there's comedy in them, but it's kind of like a, you know, like a giggle under the breath, or like an exhale through the nose. People in my cinema were fucking dying of laughter, man. The opening sequence, the music in this film is incredible. I have safely put this in my top 5 MCU films. I think it is 5, so you know, I'm not being that guy who's like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. Wasn't the best thing ever, but it was fucking good. The end, and this is the thing as well, most of it takes place in like the void, in the pit, in the, you know, the place where when you get pruned, that's where you go. Even when the cameos were done, and the big flashy like, oh, look at this Gambit, oh, look at Blade fighting somebody, blah, blah, blah. And it came down to Deadpool and Wolverine saving the fucking timeline. It still worked as a film. It was still very fucking good. Wolverine with his cowl on, incredible. The variants of Wolverine, the short Wolverine, the brown and yellow Wolverine fighting the Hulk was great, but it was just a good film. Like I said, messy at points. There was, you know, there was a couple of things that was like, oh, you had to bend that story a little bit just to get that in. Every character made sense. Every supporting cast, the main cast, everybody was incredible, and I liked that the timeline they were saving wasn't the main timeline. It was Deadpool's timeline, because that way there's been so many Marvel films that's like, the multiverse is open in these various ways, and it's all to save 616 and the entire multiverse. This one was like, no, 616 is fine, or 1999, because I don't know why they call it 616, they're fucking idiots, but this timeline's fine, but your timeline, which was like 1005 or something, or 10,005, that one's disappearing. But they save it, and it's great, and, you know, Peter Poole was great. Maybe there'll be a more in-depth review at some point, maybe once I've seen it more than once. I'm definitely going again, at minimum next week. Maybe we'll see again about this weekend, we'll see. But just so good, man. So good. I'm just getting all my feelings out because I went with my friend Joel. A couple of videos on the film on Instagram. Check it out if you're not following it. We kind of just like ranted to each other about it afterwards because we fucking loved it. I'm sure I'm forgetting things that happened. You know, we got to see a lot of X-Men. We got, I forget his name, but Nightcrawler's dad. We got Juggernaut, who's played by a new actor. Obviously, I got the Deadpool cup. I got the popcorn tin, and I got the little friendship key rings. That's just what my audience had to offer. I'm sure there was other things elsewhere. There was also Funko Pops. I've not bought a Funko Pop in a very long time, so I stayed away from it. What a time, what an experience. And it's the only Marvel film of this year as well. There's TV shows, but it's the only thing we're getting this year film-wise, and it landed, and it's fucking incredible. Happy Hogan, there was a Happy Hogan reference, or not even a reference, a full-on cameo, and then a Nick Fury reference to go along with it. I do wonder if Deadpool will ever come back to the MCU. I know we've spoken about the future of him in the MCU. I wonder if he's going to get any more solo films like a Deadpool 3 or Deadpool 4 or a Deadpool and something else. I don't think Hugh Jackman's coming back. It did make it seem like he was just being left in Deadpool's timeline now and he's just going to remain. That's the other thing as well. I think they did it perfectly how they explained him coming back without ruining Logan. Some people might have some like ifs about it. You know, the entire film opened up with the joke about like, how are we going to honour his legacy? We're not. And then he's digging him up and then he's like, you know, I'm not a doctor, but you look incredibly passed away and he is just dead. And that Logan is dead. Whether people are going to be asked that he was dug up and used to kill the TVA and then X-23 is also in the void, I don't know. What are your thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine? Let me know in the comments down below. There will likely be spoilers in the comments if anybody has commented, so be careful going down there if you haven't seen it. But also if you've got this far in the video, then you probably fucked it anyway. Thanks so much for watching. I fucking love Fantastic Four. Big up Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. Praying for more Deadpool in the future. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Let's fucking go.